Well, here we are with Dave Hill, Emerald Coast Aviation's instructor. So tell me a little bit about this, David, the instruction. How long have you been an instructor, and this fantastic machine that's behind us, the simulator?
Well, I've been an instructor for almost 4 years now, 2 of which with Emerald Coast Aviation here in Crestview. And I just love giving instruction to the kids, especially around the local area, but anyone. We take people of all ages from about 15 years old all the way up to 75 or 80 years old in the local area. We teach them to fly. And the machine we have behind us is our Redbird FMX flight simulator. It is a full motion flight simulator, the first one of its kind in this area. In fact, you have to go all the way to New Orleans to the west or Jacksonville to the east to find anything like it. And it can be used in training from the private pilot certificate, which is the beginning certificate, all the way through the commercial certificate, which is the certificate that you would earn to then try to get a job in aviation.
Right. I understand it's pretty expensive to fly a plane, but the simulator can offset that a bit. Like, how much does that offset, like, for your hours when you're doing instruction in the introductory program?
Well, you're right. It is fairly expensive to learn to fly, but it is well worth it. The thrill and excitement of flying an airplane and piloting an airplane and taking your friends up and your family, that offsets any costs, in my opinion. Now, the simulator is a very cost-effective, efficient way of training, and it is $65 an hour with an instructor. And so that is the key there, is including the instruction, it's $65 an hour. With that, you can credit up to 2.5 hours towards the private pilot certificate.
Right, so
up
that's a good
to 20
savings.
hours towards the instrument rating, and then up to 50 hours towards the commercial pilot certificate. So it is, you're right, a great savings there.
Right, so this is actually in an expensive program as getting your license, but again, having lots of fun while you're doing that. Having this simulator here is actually a cost savings for someone who is trying to get their pilot's license, and not just at the beginning, but all the way through the processes, right up to, I guess, a commercial pilot?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And it's an efficient way of training as opposed to the airplane, where we have to still worry about the radios and the navigation and everything that goes into flying every day, every mission. With the simulator, we can pause the simulator and review what we did right and maybe something we did wrong, and then go back and reset it, and you can accomplish so much more in the same amount of time with the simulator.
Oh, so it's even more efficient that way.
Yes.
I saw this thing earlier working, and it was rocking back and forth, and I saw snow coming across the screens. And so what capabilities does it have like that? It
has all-weather capabilities. It's great for maneuvers, private pilot maneuvers, from steep turns to stalls. Learning to stall an airplane and how to recover from it. It can simulate all of that in a very realistic environment. And again, with the full motion, you really get the feeling and the sense of flying.
Yeah, and I guess the nice advantage, you can't crash anything like this.
Right.
It's very safe.
Well, you can, but you're right. It just simply pauses and resets, and you start all over. And you're right. You make the mistakes in the simulator, so that then when you get in the airplane, you've got all the bugs worked out, and
you know exactly what to do under all those conditions: snow, hail, wind.
It's so much easier.
Yeah. If I was somebody who wanted to get into flight school, what's the first thing I do?
Well, you can come take a discovery flight with us. We offer a 30-minute discovery flight for $75, which is great. Or we also offer what's called a flight experience package, which is 30 minutes in the airplane plus 30 minutes in the simulator for $99. And so you get really to experience both and see the benefits of both. And then from there, we just go through our series of training missions and ground school, and you add it all together, and before you know it, you're a private pilot and you're reaching for the stars.
And is there a length of time that it takes to, if you went straight at it with no brakes, how long does it take to get your private pilot's license?
Straight at it with no brakes is the best way to do it, if you can afford it and if you can afford the time. And that, I've seen people finish in as little as 1 month. But with school, with work, with family, with everything else going on in everyone's lives, then we also spread out the training to fit your schedule and your budget. So if you can train 1 or 2 times a week, you could probably get it done in about 2 or 3 months. And if you're a little less than that, then it might be 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, and I would think that's where most people are. You have to juggle all these things in your life, make an income, and also be able to fly and enjoy that experience. And then I guess use that to fly and go to different areas, and the thrill of aviation is fantastic. So David, I want to thank you very much, David, for letting us see that what this machine does. And again, I look forward to seeing you again one day. Maybe I'll get my pilot's license worked on.
Come on out. We'd love to have you.
Okay, you seem like a great guy.
Thank you, Dino.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.